We're now going to take a look at collecting software. So we're going to look at the programmable elements that allow us to put data into a system. So firstly, we have forms, okay, and specifically electronic forms because we do have paper-based forms as well, but electronic forms which can be on websites or within database software, which allow users to enter specific data into a system. So a form is used to enter data into an information system. They provide a screen objects such as text boxes, list boxes, combo boxes, and radio buttons which allow and control the data entered into a system by a user. So through this control, it's also seen as a level of validation, ensuring that the data entered into the system is in a way restricted so that user can't put in incorrect data. So if you've got radio buttons which have yes or no, like in the diagram there, you can't give any other answer. Okay, and drop down boxes such as combo boxes and list boxes give specific answers that users can only select from. So it helps refine what data can be entered by a user, which is why we use forms. Forms can be customized to suit user needs and are the clearest way to enter data. Online forms allow external users to enter their own data into an information system, and this can be through the internet, okay, or through an intranet, okay, allowing the users to enter in their data into a system, okay, or a user external to the system to access it through a website, and then that data can then be stored within the system once they have done it. But obviously, it assists in collecting that data from those users. The next area we'll look at for software are data validation tools. Okay, so as we said, that screen objects can be used as a level of validation. Okay, but essentially, what is data validation? Well, data validation is the process of ensuring that data is entered into a system correctly. It uses validation rules that check the correctness, meaningfulness, and security of data upon its entry into an information system. Types of data validation tools include range checks, type checks, and check digits. Okay, so they make sure that the data type being used is correct, that data exists within a specific range, such as between 1 and 10, or between two specific dates, or uses a mathematical element known as a check digit to ensure that data is correct and aligns with what's been put in. Okay, but once again, this relates to data being entered, ensuring that when it's entered by a user, it goes in correctly. Because if we don't enter data into a system correctly, well, essentially it's going to be incorrect, and then the information that the system puts out after it's been processed, that will ultimately be incorrect because the data as it first went in was incorrect, and it's not good for the system itself. So we need to make sure that when data is entered into the system, when it's collected, it goes in correctly, and that's what data validation tools are used for. Thirdly, we have driver software, and here we're actually talking about enabling the hardware to work on the information system. And what happens with driver software, it allows specific hardware to communicate with the computer's operating system. The operating system being the software that both the user and the application programs, your word processing, spreadsheets, and all that, all interact with and enable each other to interface with the user and the application software. That all happens through the operating system. Sometimes, if hardware is not working properly or does not seem to be compatible with the current operating system, an update of the driver software may be required. So, you need to use software such as Device Manager to either update the actual driver software or disable or uninstall it if it doesn't seem to be working correctly, okay, and not allowing the hardware to allow users to input their data into the computer correctly. Okay, and so Device Manager can really help out there ensuring that hardware is working correctly and that users can use it on their specific information system. And then the final area we look at for collection software are import software tools, which, as the name suggests, they allow for the bulk entry of data to be entered into the system. So this may be when we might be getting data from another system, okay, and we want to bring over a large amounts of data. We need the tools in an actual application software, okay, to import that. Now it might be on a large scale as well, but there's also import tools in everyday software. So if you actually use something like iMovie to do create your own movies, like I do with my videos, okay, you can actually import video data into your actual software, okay, and that's all software based because the video data is already in video form. It's already been taken off my camera, and then if I want to edit that, I use the import software tools in iMovie to bring it in, and then I can chop it up and change it, make it perfect, so then I can either upload it onto YouTube or put it into the software as it is right now. Okay, so I hope this gives you an understanding of different categories of software which can be used for collecting data from users, okay, so that they can use it then within the information system for further processes.